There we go. So good morning, good day. Let's start with sitting. I've got a sort of coldish, almost very rainy, grey day. So we'll do some gentle, deep, slow, very mindful honoring of the sort of atmosphere, which is quite low. So I sit up nice and tall to start. Drop down into your sit bones and then draw the crown of your head upwards. So you're trying to do two completely opposite things. You're trying to just relax everything down here, and at the same time, you're lifting everything up here. So we're just not pushing, we're dropping, and we're lifting. Take a nice deep breath. Give yourself a bit of a wiggle. Just wiggle that spine. So you're sending the sides of your body out to the sides. Lift your right shoulder, lift your left. Roll them around gently. Roll them in the other direction. Just small movements just to wake up. Take your right hand to your left knee. Gently twist and lift. Very gentle twist. Breathe in, lift your chin. Come back to center and let's go to the other side. So left hand, right knee. Right hand comes behind you on the floor. Push up from your hand so that you get that length in your spine. Take your right shoulder back. Not a strong twist, just a nice gentle one. Come back to center. Let's take the chin up towards the ceiling. So lift. And as you exhale, chin comes to chest. Inhale up. And exhale, chin to chest. And let's do that again. Inhaling. Take the chin up towards the ceiling. And exhaling, bring the chin back. Big breath. Blow the breath out. And come back to center. Let's take the right ear to the right shoulder. Leave the shoulder where it is. Shoulder doesn't move. Just the head. Little bit of a tilt to the side. Arms are relaxed. Still lifting up long in the spine. And then, of course, when you get to the neck, you just let everything relax because you're just dropping your head to the side. Not pressing, not pushing. Just letting the weight of your head stretch those muscles down the side of the neck. And then come back to center with an inhale. So inhaling up. And exhale to go over to the other side. Again, no pushing, just letting the weight of your head do the work. And noticing what's going on in the side of your neck. Do you have any sore bits or any tight bits? Just noticing. Thinking about what you've been doing with your body, how you've been holding yourself, how you've been moving or how you've been not moving. And then come back to center with an inhale. And exhale, take your chin to your chest one more time. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a seated cat-cow. Bring your head back to center. So we're going to lean the chest forward. And then lift your shoulders and pull them back. Take the back of the head towards the space behind you. And come back, lifting, lengthening through the whole of the front of your body, pushing your belly forwards, pulling your lower back in. And then we round the back, sending the shoulders forward. Letting the head come down, taking chin to chest. So like a mini cat-cow, do that with your breath. Just wave motion on your spine, moving in cat and cow with the breath. Just a very gentle, quick warm up. And when you've finished, and come back to neutral, take your feet out in front of you. Back a bit so you can see. So feet out in front, knees pressing down into the mat. Lift, find your sit bones, let them have that nice connection with the ground or your mat or whatever it is you're on, and draw your toes back to your face. So toes in towards your face, as tight as you can. Really, really squeeze, 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 squeeze as you're trying to touch your toes to your chin. And then keep the left foot as it is and point the right toes. So we've got one pointing out and one pulling back in. Do you have any more movement in there? Can you move them a little bit more? Can you bring your left toes closer to you? Send your right toes further away. And switch. So let's switch both at the same time. Left foot, and toes are pointed. Right foot, bringing the toes back towards your face. As tight as you can with those muscles. Reaching away as much as you possibly can. And relax. Let's take the toes out to the sides. Gently helping here to wake up the ankles, knees, and the hips as well. So out to the sides, as far as they will go. Can you get your little toes down to the floor? A little bit closer. Sit up tall. Try not to round your back and curl outwards here. And then bring your big toes together and send your heels away from each other. All the way. Take them as far away from each other as you possibly can, but still keeping that connection between your big toes. And you might be feeling that in your hips or in your knees or just in your ankles. Watch your posture, still keeping that length, keeping the sides of the body long as well. Can you bring your big toes down to the ground? And release. Give them a good shake. Let them shake out. Bring your feet back together. We're going to come into Paschimottanasana, a very gentle Paschimottanasana, a forward bend. So let's inhale the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Come to wherever works for you. Bring your hands to your legs. And then as you breathe in and out, try and find a little bit more movement. Go with what works for you today. I have got very limited range of movement today. I pulled a muscle in my back, moving trunks yesterday. So you go ahead and move as much as works for you. And this is as much as works for me today. Inhale to come away and release. And as you exhale, fold forward a little more if you can. Keep that length in the spine. And try and hinge from your hips. So fold at the waist. So your back isn't bending here. You're hinging at the hip crease. Notice the difference. If you want to just see what the difference feels like, you can round the back on your next fold. One last in and out here of your breath. Well done. Gently come back up. Nice and slow. Bring your heels in. Let's come into cobbler pose. Or Baddha Konasana. Or bound angle pose. That's the translation. We commonly call it cobbler pose because cobblers traditionally would sit like this and hold the shoe between their feet that they were working on. So taking your knees out to the sides and allowing some kind of settling, some relaxing, some moving, some just being able to let go in the hips. And that comes at different points, depends on how tightly you've been holding on and whether that's an area where you generally carry your tension. If you do, it might take a little time and a few breaths to find that sense of release. But just trust that your body will get to that place and try not to rush it because it needs to happen by itself. Just need to build, or not build, but provide yourself with the right circumstance. So here we have the heels moving in towards groin, knees just gently relaxing out towards the sides. And try to take away any pressure here. So don't push the knees down, don't pull the feet into you. Just focus on your pelvic floor for a moment and see if you can relax everything. Relax your belly. So that you're just completely supported. No pressure, no tension. And sometimes you can feel it's almost like your body just lets out a gentle sigh of, okay, I can let go here, I'm safe. And other times it's just slow and gradual and you think, oh, actually, I feel quite relaxed in this posture. And if you're not comfortable, if you're in any pain or discomfort, you won't be able to find that space. You won't be able to get into that state. So come to a place where you are comfortable and you're not distracted by discomfort. That's great. Okay, let's keep the left foot in. You might be able to pull it in a little more. You might be able to turn your foot so that your the outside edge of your foot is on the mat here. And then let's just hold the right leg and the right foot. So cradle it in your hands. And then we're going to lift. So lift your foot up a little bit towards you. And you can wrap your arm around. So you're as if you're rocking a baby. And then just give that a little bit of movement right there into the hip. And you can move the knee around. A bit like giving yourself a lovely Thai massage. Although not quite the same as somebody else giving you a Thai massage, obviously. So bring it around and then the opposite direction. There we go. Let's pop that one down. So swap around, bring it into your body. So foot in close as you can. That knees just out to the side. And then we're going to cradle the foot and the leg. So one hand just under the ankle, the other hand just below the knee. And then just backwards and forwards to begin with, bringing it up towards you. And then let's circle. So using your hands to stir the knee around. And then let's come the other way, whichever way you were going, turn around and go the other way. Brilliant. All right. So let's come to lying on our backs. So we're going to come there via boat. We're doing things a little bit back to front today, just to be different, just to try something different. So lean back, straight back, take your feet off, come into Navasana. So you go in your boat pose, bring your knees together, heels together. Take your arms away. If you want to challenge yourself, straighten your legs. Take your arms out to the sides. And let's hold. Breathe. Can you straighten a little more? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring them back in. Don't take them down to the mat. Give them a hug. Bring your forehead to your knees. And then let's come back up. Take your feet down and roll down to your mat, because we're going to come into a few bridges. So quite often when you've got a lot on your mind, you're feeling a bit heavy, a bit sluggish, a little bit cloudy or foggy, it's quite helpful to change the pressure, sort of physiologically change things around. So let's lift the hips here, push your feet flat to the mat, tucked in quite close to your hips, but not too close, and lift. So just take a gentle lift to begin with. And I want you to notice how that feels just around your cheeks and your eyes and your ears. Come back down. Lift your head and pop it back down. Okay. Notice how your face feels. All the little muscles around your eyes, around the jaw, in your ears. And then let's press down again into the mat. Lift up your hips and notice, do you feel anything different? Do you feel any rise in pressure? Hopefully you do. Maybe you won't. You can bring your shoulders underneath you a little more, curling them under, and squeeze your glutes. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Press down into your heels. So push your heels into the mat as hard as you can. Push your toes in as well. Squeeze your glutes. Bring your chest up to meet your chin, long in the back of the neck. Squeeze, lift. Lift a little more. If you want to extend in this posture, keep your right foot on the mat and lift your left foot up towards the ceiling. And we have to do the same on the other side. So if you lifted one leg, please lift the other. Pulling your heel up. And bring your hips back down. Bring your knees into your chest and give them a hug. A little bit of a rock from side to side. And bring your legs back down. Take them up to the ceiling. So your legs up, toes to your face. And with your hands, you can either have them flat to the floor next to your hips, or you can make them into fists, or you can Just stick your thumb out and pop it just underneath your glutes, your butt, and gently lower. Try not to hold any tension in your face and neck. Slowly lowering heels, straight legs down towards the floor. Keep your lower back pressed into the mat for as long as you can. Don't forget to breathe. Squeeze the muscles in your legs. Contract. Okay, almost to the floor, but not quite. And when you get down, almost to the floor, but not quite, keep your left leg where it is and take your right leg out to the side. So right leg swings out parallel with the floor, out to the right side, and then it comes back. Keep that tension in your core. Bring your leg back to center. Let's take the left leg out. So it's just skimming above the ground, out to the left side. Right leg stays exactly where it was. And then bring that left leg back. And then we're going to bring the legs back up towards the ceiling. Come on, you can do it. You can go a little bit faster if it's really hard work. Go slowly, slowly, slowly. If it's easy, easy, easy. All the way up. Well done. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little bit of a hug. Now, if you are a shoulder stand fan, if you don't have any issues with shoulder stand, bring yourself up into a shoulder stand. If that is not for you, then take your legs up and gently bring them over. So we're taking the hips off. You can hold onto your legs, hold onto your feet, and bring them up and over into a mini halasana or plow. So you're either in shoulder stand and then into plow, or you are straight into going into plow. If you're not comfortable or confident, or shoulder stand is not for you today. And again, we are changing the pressure. I'm not going very far with this today because I'm honoring what's going on in my back. And I invite you to do the same. Always honor what's going on in your body. So bringing the thighs close to the chest. So this is like a reverse Paschimottanasana. So you've already warmed up for this. And let's release. Gently bringing your bottom back down, legs back down. And then let's take the feet to the floor, back into bridge. Press the feet down, flat to the floor, lift your hips. Up high. Okay, this time we're going to come up onto toes. So when you come up as high as you possibly can, there's no more room for any movement closer to the ceiling. Take yourself up onto tiptoes. See if you can lift a little higher. You should be able to lift a little higher. That should give you a little bit more height because we are higher up on our feet. Squeeze. Pressing into the toes. Lengthening through the front of the body. Stretching out across the front of the thighs. Hips. Belly. And then bring your heels back down. And bring your body back down to the floor. Well done. In a roll up or come up gently, however you wish. And let's come into standing. I hope you didn't think because we went to lying down that was it. That was going to be how it was. And we were then going to be going into a long Shavasana. But no, that's not the case. We are coming up to standing. And we're going to come into triangles. So take your feet out to the sides. Get a little bit more energy going here. Move your hips. right, left, right, left. Take your arms out. So right toes to the narrow end of the mat, left, just let them be at 3/4, whatever it is they want to be doing. Tuck your hips under. They don't stick your bum out. And then let's look to the right hand and let's reach forward. You're going to get something just off in the distance there in front of you, leaning forward. And then we change our minds and we go and find our leg instead. So right hand to right leg, left arm coming up, and look up at that left hand. Now watch what's going on with your hips and your bum. Squeeze your glutes a little to bring your tailbone under. Not completely under, but just not sticking your bum out. You want to be in one nice straight line here. And look up, and if it's uncomfortable to look up, just look forward. And you can make this as deep as you like, as is okay for you. Notice what's happening in the hip, and you're opening up through the whole of the side of your body. So let's extend on that now. Left hand, can you take it overhead? Can you take it all the way overhead? How does that feel? Can you feel even more of a stretch? Well done. Stretch, open up, stretching all those little intercostal muscles between your ribs. They don't get a huge workout generally, so let's give them that now. And then bring your hand up, all the way up to the ceiling. Can you look up? And let's lift out of this as if you were going to grab something off the ceiling. So lift up and then come out. Because we want to be doing all the work here, yeah? So let's turn the feet. So right foot comes in a little, left foot out to the narrow end of your mat. Notice if your position is just right for you, maybe you want to take your feet out a little further or bring them in. And let's take the arms out. So inhale. And then tuck your hips under, look over to the left this time, and let's reach. What have you got over there? Just out of reach. And then let's tip gently with control. So nice and strong. Lovely. Bring yourself to find that left foot. Not a huge amount of pressure on the left foot and hand there. Just sort of a gentle one. If you want to really challenge yourself, then take your hand off altogether. And you're doing everything in the body. And looking up to that extended right arm, if appropriate. If not, you're looking forward. Very nice. And notice around the hip, the right hip, what's happening. Can you feel that in the side of your body? And then let's take the hand over. All the way over. Nice straight arm. Don't bend. Feel the soles of your feet connecting really well with the mat. Pushing down into the mat. Reaching over with that left, right hand even. Breathing. And then let's lift to come up. Thinking about those muscles in the ribs. In the ribs, around the ribs. And then lifting up to come all the way out. Well done. Take your hands to your hips. Straighten up so that your feet are both pointing in the same direction. And then send your bottom out behind you and come into Prasarita Padottanasana. So easy forward bend, hands on hips, bottom out, shoulders forward, dipping halfway. So we're kind of in a flat back, weird table position. Lift your kneecaps up towards your hips and keep a little bit of a bend in the legs. Don't lock the legs out here. And then fold all the way forward. Let go with your head and neck. Take your hands behind you and clasp them together, or hold the fingers of one hand with the other hand, or find a cushion or a cord of some sort so that you can hold on with your right and your left, and then straighten your arms. So decide what you want to do, what works. If you're clasping your hands together, then straighten, lift up a little. Okay, use that to roll your shoulders up behind you, bringing your shoulder blades together, lengthen through your neck. Don't forget to bend your knees a little, tiny bit. And then if it works for you, keeping that back straight, come up to standing. Use the strength in your thighs and your legs. Well done. Release your arms. Bring them around to the front. Give yourself a hug. Nice big hug. And when you're doing this, put your hands on your shoulder blades and gently draw them away. And release. Take your hands together behind your back again. Clasp them together if you can and push away. This time, lift your chest up. Let your head come back. Lifting your chin up towards the ceiling. Really stretching out across the whole of the front of your chest. And we're making space. We're going to do some breath work in a moment. Bring your head back down. And release. Can you remember which arm was on top last time? And your hug? Opposite arm this time. And let's challenge ourselves a little. Do that beautiful hug, pulling on your shoulder blades, and come into a squat. Well done. Take your chin down to your chest. Let's come all the way back up. Just using the legs. If you can. Well done. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Take your legs away from each other again. Let's do a little bit more opening up. So take the right toes forward. Left foot is about 3/4 again. And make sure that the front heel roughly lines up with the arch of the back foot. Okay, so they're not too much out of line with each other. And let's turn the hips all the way around to face the front. Inhale the arms up and bend that front knee. Allow your heel to come off if it needs to come off. And coming into our warrior one. Let's see, how's it going with noticing what's going on? So stretching out all along the left side, making that right thigh do some good work. We worked it up earlier with bridge, with our squat. Can you come a little lower? Can you sink your hips a little lower towards the floor? Lift your chest, sternum coming up, heart center open, taking your arms back a little to help with that opening up. And then bring your arms down to your thigh. Ooh, take your hands either side of that foot, swing it back, come into a plank, and knees, chest, and chin. Ashtanga Namaskar, scooping up, come into Cobra, tuck your toes, and we're going to come into Downward Facing Dog. Send your hips up, Downward Facing Dog. Find your alignment here, heels moving down towards the mat. Tilting your sit bones up towards the ceiling, lifting away from your wrists. And then lift your hands, step your left foot forward. Left foot goes forward. Bring yourself up to the thigh. Keep that knee bent. And then let's come up into our beautiful warrior. Well done. Can you open up your heart center as much as you did before? How is that stretch in the left hip happening now? How does it feel? And then we're going to push up and step forward. Inhale up. Exhale, fold all the way down. And we're coming into an easy fold here. So cross your arms. Allow your head and neck to be completely relaxed. Just let the weight of your arms and your head and your upper body gently pull you forward. Again, trying to get the blood flow all around your scalp, to the back of your head, to your crown. And let's roll up, rolling up, nice and slow. Okay, you need to do a little bit of more movement here. So let's take the feet out to the sides again. This time, take the right toes out. And we're going to come into warrior two. So how's our alignment going? Is the right foot heel aligned up with the arch of the back foot? Yes, well done. And this time we don't want the hips to move out to the front. We want to keep them in line with the long end of the mat. So let's take the arms out. Look over to your right middle finger. And then slowly sinking down. Adjust if you need to. Just walk the toes away from each other. Relax your shoulders. When you get into this posture at first, sometimes they're up here, they're climbing up towards your ears. You have to consciously just send them down. Lengthen through the neck. And then can you sink a little lower? Well done. Good job. Those thighs are really working today. Well done. And then let's do this in a little bit of a revolved fashion. So take the left hand down, right hand up. Beautiful. Reach up, stretch up with that right hand. Not resting on the left leg, just touching. And then come back. Take the hands to the thigh. Bring your hands down to the floor again, either side of your right foot. Send your right foot back to join the left. Come into a plank. Now, there was some success with one-armed plank last week, so I think we need to repeat it. So stay on your right side, lift up your left hand. If you need to, come into a low forearm plank. Otherwise, be strong. We won't hold for very long. Well done. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can we come to the other side? Bring the left hand down. Send the right hand up. Stack your feet, one on top of each other. Lift your hips. If balance is tricky today, then have your feet next to each other on the floor, not stacked up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come back down into a plank. And we're going to come into upward facing dog. So bring your hips forward, take the tops of your feet to the mat. And we're hanging between the arms. The only thing touching the floor is the tops of your feet and the palms of your hands. Lift. Well done. Okay, let's tuck and go into upward facing dog. Nope, downward facing dog. We are in upward facing dog. All right, tuck your toes, send your hips back and up. Lovely, lovely downward facing dog. Oh, so love this asana. Stretch your back across your shoulders. Relax your neck and your head. Tilt your hips up towards the ceiling, stretching out all the way along the backs of your legs. And then lift up onto your toes. Bring your knees to the mat. Release your feet. Send your hips back. Let's come into Balasana. Have you noticed how few rests we take these days? I have, and the reason why we don't have many is because you are doing so brilliantly. You don't need them. You can do a lot more movement and add a lot more variety. Don't forget to breathe slowly and deeply here. Bring yourself up into a tabletop position. We warmed up for this earlier on. We should do a little bit more now. A quick round of cat and cow. So take your belly down to the mat. Bring the back of your head towards your hips. And then uncurl or curl, whichever way you want to look at it. Bring the mid back up towards the ceiling. Hips forward, face forward. And now use the breath. So inhale to come belly down. Exhale to tuck the belly in. Inhale and exhale at your own pace as you move. And really focus on your breath here. Imagine blowing out fire in an arc. And imagine when you breathe in, you're filling your body with cool, fresh air. Last round. Make it really extreme as much as you possibly can to that furthest extent that your body will allow you to go to today. Well done. Tuck your toes under, bring yourself up into downward facing dog. Sending your hips up, stretching up and out of your wrists. Shoulders wide, face relaxed. Have a little smile on your face. Well done. And then we're going to send the left foot forward, step the left foot forward between your hands and bring yourself up into, and I'm on the wrong side, so I'm going to turn around, into our warrior two, where we started. Shoulders relaxed, nice and low. Adjust your feet. You probably have to adjust because we've moved around a lot. Chin over the left shoulder. Well done. And 5, 4. Can you sink a little lower? 3, 2, and 1. Straighten the legs. Hands to hips. Prasarita Padottasana. So nice, gentle, easy forward bend. Stretching out. And this time, come all the way forward. Take your hands down to your legs. So right hand to right leg or foot. Left hand to left leg or foot. And let's completely relax in this position. Notice the change in pressure in your face, behind your eyes. You might notice as you take a deep breath in that it feels different to be breathing upside down. Notice the movements in your chest a little more because it is a little more unusual. The sensations that you'll feel breathing this way around. And try and relax. Close your eyes. And take your hands to the mat on the floor between your legs, or just in front of you. Straighten your arms. Walk your heels in, keeping the hips low so that you are in a very high squat position. And then gently bringing your hips down into a squat. Yeah, well done. Come into your squat. Take your hands together at heart center. Use your elbows to press against the inside of your knees and try and sit up tall. Well done. And then let's come to sitting. Any way that works for you. You want to come into a cross-legged pose, if you want to kneel, whatever works. Find your comfort. We're going to do a little bit of breath work here. So we're going to do a few rounds of Nadi Shodhana to balance the body. So take your right hand or your dominant hand, fold in the first two fingers so they come towards your palm, and then your thumb is just gently touching against the right nostril and your ring finger gently touching against the left nostril, and we'll alternate. So let's block the left side now, be very gentle. Make sure that your body is lifted and you're long and you've got lots of space, and you're also not rounding through your back. I know you've got your arm up, so it feels a little bit more natural to round, but try and open the chest because we want to get lots and lots of space in there. We've made lots of room, so let's keep that room. Okay, so let's breathe in, only through the nostrils, not through the mouth. Switch to breathe out. And in. Switch to breathe out. And in. Switch. In. Switch out. And in. Switch out. And in. And carry on at your own pace. Just always be switching to breathe out. It's like you need to open the door to let the breath out, and then you can breathe in. And switch again. So keep going at your own pace. Close your eyes if you can. Try and make your out breath longer than your in breath. So the count has been a count of 4 in and 6 out. See if that's comfortable for you. Notice, just notice, no criticism, no judgment. Just notice how easy it is for you to carry on with this breath. Closing your eyes, keep going. If you start to feel any irritation, any lack of focus, a feeling of being bored or irritated with this breath, just focus on the one breath that you're doing right now. And then focus on the one breath that you're doing right now. Try to take your focus away from your thoughts and your feelings and your emotions and give your absolute attention to your breath. Knowing that it is your breath without which you cannot survive, that keeps you functioning, that keeps your metabolism going, that keeps you able to think, move, do every single function in your body. So giving your breath a little bit of attention, honoring your breath, and then relax. Take your hand away, put your hands on your knees or in your lap, and sit up nice and tall. And let's breathe in together through both nostrils and out through your mouth. And in and hold and out through your mouth. Hold and in and hold and out through your mouth. And in and out. And this time, as you breathe in, take as much breath in as you possibly can, right down into your belly, right into your toes and your fingertips if you can. And as you breathe out, imagine that you are blowing a feather across a long, polished table. And you need that feather, tiny little feather, to just glide across without juddering, without stopping, in one seamless movement. So each breath, you want to move that feather away, all the way down, as slowly as you can. Do one more round. Well done. And keeping that space and that calm, bring yourself to rest in your Shavasana. Rolling down to the mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Take your arms out to the sides. Take your knees over to the right. Your head over to the left. Just a nice gentle twist. Breathe into the sides of your body. Bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back to center. Knees over to the left. Gaze, or head rather, keep your eyes closed. Over to the right. Bringing your head back to center, bring your knees back to center. Give yourself a hug, wrap your arms around. Squeeze into your chest. And then take your legs and feet down to the mat. Make yourself some space, find your comfort. What do you need? Do you need anything here to be more comfortable? Are you warm enough? If you're comfortable, start to relax, start to let go, start to allow your body to feel as though it's just melting into the floor, completely supported, absolutely at peace and rest. No need to be anywhere else, Rather, give this place and this time your absolute focus. Take your attention to your toes. Relax your toes, every single one. Relax the soles of your feet. Relax the tops of your feet. Relax your ankles. With each breath in, feel yourself sink a little further into that beautiful place of intense relaxation. And relax your calves and your shins. Relax your knees. Relax your thighs. Relax your hips. Let your whole pelvic girdle be heavy and soft. Relax your belly. And relax your chest. Relax your fingers and your palms and the backs of your hands. Relax your wrists. Relax your forearms. And relax your elbows. Relax your upper arms. And relax your shoulders. Let your shoulders feel completely supported, soft, at ease. And relax your belly. Relax your chest. And relax your throat. And relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Relax your mouth. And relax your cheeks. And relax your nose. Relax your eyes and all the tiny little muscles around your eyes. And relax your forehead. Relax your ears. And relax the whole of the back of your scalp. Relax your spine, right from the base all the way up. Feel that your whole body is completely supported. And as you breathe in and out, take your breath all the way around your body, filling up with energy and light and warmth and power. And as you breathe out, making space, letting go, not holding on, trusting in the universe, trusting that you are who you are meant to be, where you are meant to be, that you found the people that you're meant to be with, and you will continue to do so. Allow yourself to feel a sense of deep gratitude for all that you have and all that you are, and all that you are going to become, and all that you will do, and all that you have done. And for this moment, just be in the present moment, aware of your body, aware of your breath, and keeping your eyes closed, gently come to lie on your right side. Keeping your eyes closed, bringing yourself up to sitting. Take your hands to heart center, drop your head. Press your hands in firmly towards each other. Feel that strength, feel that warmth. Feel that you have the power, the strength, the determination, the focus, and the ability to do whatever it is that you want to do. And gently open your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. And gently bringing your face up. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me today, for joining yourself on the mat. That's all we're doing really, isn't it? We're bringing ourselves, mind, body, spirit, everything all into one place so that we can truly be